Hi, this is Matthew Brickman with iMediate Inc. It is April 2017, and I want to talk to you about alimony reform in the state of Florida. Alimony reform was scheduled to be put on the agenda, discussed, debated, and then voted on by the Florida legislature in the upcoming months. If alimony reform either failed to pass or passed both legislative bodies and ended up on the governor's desk for his signature, and then he refused to sign the bill like last year, then there would be no changes in the laws and we would be stuck with the broken system we currently have that fails many Floridians. If the bill passed the legislative body and was signed by the governor, then the future of Floridians going through divorce would have more certainty. If passed, the law would go into effect beginning October 1, 2017. As a Florida mediator who mediates almost 300 cases per year, the most exciting part for me of this new bill was to have a formula and calculation to help determine the award of alimony. Right now, to determine alimony, it's like being blindfolded, spun around, and thrown a dart at a dartboard. There is an exact calculation for child support, and this bill was to have a calculation as well for alimony. Without a calculation, any amount awarded is up to the parties to try to discuss and decide on their own, which generally doesn't happen, or it will cost the parties a lot of money to have attorneys argue the amount so a judge can ultimately decide if there is an amount, and if so, how much. So, a lot of money is wasted on uncertainty. Thanks to a typical politician named Rene Garcia, alimony reform in the state of Florida once again has failed. But it did not fail because our elected representatives could not discuss options. It did not fail because through the debate process, compromises could not be found. It did not fail because our elected representatives found common ground and our governor, like in past years, simply refused to follow the will of the people. It failed in 2017 because one man, Rene Garcia, refused to put Senate Bill 412 on the agenda of the Children, Family, and Elders Committee to even have the opportunity for discussion and debate. This was a complete failure to do the job this man was elected to do. He is an obstructionist who has left tens of thousands of Floridians in a horrible financial situation. This bill should have had the opportunity to be put on the agenda, discussed, debated, and then either approved or rejected. As a family mediator, I see what alimony can do to families. Some families decide that one party will stay home and one party will work, and then later divorce happens and the worker is in a better financial position than the one who stayed home. This is a family decision, though, and decisions like this should not be taken lightly. All parties need to know the consequences to their decisions. Alimony reform would have assisted them in their decision-making process. Most families these days do have two working spouses. Sometimes, though, alimony is still requested by either the man or the woman. Yes, men ask for alimony too. Money or lack thereof in general fuels most conflicts in this world. I really like what Sweden has done with family law. I have conducted divorce in Sweden, and their laws almost mirror Florida law, except there is no alimony whatsoever of any kind for anyone after a marriage is dissolved. This has led to better planning on both parties as a married couple and creates a much better co-parenting atmosphere with children after the parties divorce, as there is no resentment or ill feelings about money and support. Both parties go into the marriage knowing that neither will have any financial obligation to the other if the marriage should end, and so they make decisions accordingly. We may not see the day of no alimony in Florida anytime soon, but reform is definitely necessary. If you would like me to mediate your divorce in Florida or any other country, visit me online at ichatmediation.com or call me toll-free at 877-822-1479 or local at 561-262-9121. And let's pray that we can get alimony reform in the state of Florida in 2018.